All right, so this is going to be episode 58. Just a little update on the gardening. So if you guys have been following along, about 4 or 5 videos ago, maybe three or 4 videos ago, I had got the seedlings in. The seedlings are right over yonder. And what we've done here, let's just do a kind of a brief overview. This is there's a concert going on in the background, so just throw out the music rights. I can't give music rights to whoever it is because I don't know who's on stage. It's the Reno River Festival Sunday night. So this is my fountain. It was a fountain. It used to trickle water and come over the top and all of these sorts of things, and we're repurposing it. Basically, we've got all these seedlings that you guys, if you saw the first video, you saw me planting these, and now they've all come to fruition. So many different varieties of carrots, peppers, purple cabbage, alpine strawberries, sage, basil, regular cauliflower, purple basil, purple green beans. We have rainbow carrots, rainbow beets, wheatgrass. We have 2 types of tomatoes. We got Spanish lavender. So we got a whole bunch of good stuff going in. You can see the regular garden boxes in the distance. We also have our purple raspberry, which we're going to be dedicating to that box, and we'll get that planted here in a little bit. So again, thanks for joining me, JAYSTRAYS. And so what's our mission, right? Well, we need to be able to put those guys in the soil. Well, I need to add dirt here. Okay, so we've got our trusty wheelbarrow, the old amble. And then over here, behind door number 2, is our friend Triple Mix. All right, so this is good triple mix. This is gardening soil. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this here, and we're going to go over and fill it up over there, and then we can plant our seedlings. And they're going to get, see how the sun is in the sky? Forgive me if that's blinding some of you that are watching the video. The sun is here. This now sunken bed, instead of raised beds, all those are raised beds, sunken bed is going to get sunshine all day long. So come along. In the ground, here it comes, our sunken in bed.
Keep an eye on the doors.
I'm watching some doors. Oh yeah, here comes my beautiful soil for my garden. And sunken bed rehab. This is called triple mix. This is topsoil. This is also humus. And regular good gardening soil. This is the triple mix. All right. He's gonna have to pull forward a little bit. All right, so we got a good vantage point here. Grab my old gloves here. Grab some quality to count on. See right here by my foot, if you're watching, there's this line sticking up. It's again from the existing water that was put in here, which is now obsolete, because we're going to set this up on a drip system with a timer. So there's the triple mix. You can see how dark and rich that soil is. Very good for raised beds, sunken beds, potted plants, all kinds of good stuff. Lots of hummus out here. Lots of hummus. Got a hummus pile over here. Alright, some good old triple mix. Keep adding here. JAYSTRAYS. Alright, as you see this wonderful sunset in the background, Nevada is called Big Sky Country for a reason. We have a huge, huge sky. And then we come down to the Craftsman. Again, quality you can count on. This is the hoe, not the shovel. Shovel's over there. And here we are. We've got the soil into those beds. Those are their own independent beds. And then we made this kind of semi walkway. We're gonna kind of dig a little bit more and level those stones out a little bit more. But for all intents and purposes, you can see the purpose is you can walk on a kind of even terrain, and then you can go along this edge and get into the back of the box. And of course, I'm going to build these out, frame them out, and have a second bed up here. We got our wonderful keystone, the blue keystone, or it's a green keystone, as it were, in the back of the river fountain here. And then we're going to frame this guy out too, remove all this hummus, and then we'll frame this guy out too. And then here's kind of just another panning view of the sunken in beds. And all it's left to do is actually to plant the seedlings. So we're going to wait until tomorrow because we want to have some good light on the subject. And all right, JAYSTRAYS episode 58. Thanks for joining me. All right, we're getting ready to kind of divvy things up here. We've got the garden bed over there ready to go. We got Lily here chilling like a villain. So we're gonna kind of set things aside here. Oh, a little bee. There he is, just chilling in there. Little bumblebee. So we're kind of divvying things up. Here's our basil. Here's our Spanish lavender. Another basil came up. We got this seed is just kind of late coming up. And then looks like we got basil again. So we got all this basil. And what we're doing is trying to separate the herbs. Okay, these are the carrots, beefsteak, tomato. There's the wheatgrass. Because the herbs, basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a secondary herb box. Got that one herb box over there that we already have shown you guys. It's just too much going on over there. I need to have a secondary herb box. So kind of that's what we're going to be doing with that elongated box right there underneath that Asian elm. We got sage coming in. There's another herb. So I'm trying to just get all the herbs. Those are the strawberries, lemon cucumbers, mesclun greens. We got radishes. Oh, there's the dill. I already have some dill. And then let's see here. purple green beans. Those are peppers, cabbage, cauliflower, beets, cantaloupes. All right, so we got what we want to do is we're going to get these guys set off to the side in that box, and then we'll get that box rocking. All right, once again, JAYSTRAYS. This is episode 58. There's a lot of different stuff going on here. We like the sun exposure right here in the front, so we've got German. This is a striped tomato. It's a yellow pumpkin heirloom. So we got that guy. He's going in. We have gold grape tomato, and we're going to also put him right up front here as well because of the sun exposure. They're going to get nice and big. And so this is that triple mix soil. And these, if you watched earlier, I had already, there's going to be pieces of stuff in here. A little bit of the concrete still floating around in here, but there's not much you can do about that. All right, so we're going to, personally, I think it's going to keep the soil kind of steady. And we started all these out as seeds. You can see it's got a perfect root-based structure. Okay, absolute perfect. So we're gonna, so this guy is going to become a little tree. And again, we always create these little trenches. If you've seen me plant other things, I always create like a little trench, so when it gets watered, the water is going around the root-based system, and it's not just running off into other places. So we got that guy in. Now this is another tomato. This is the gold grape tomato. And the sun exposure, these guys are going to they're going to thrive. They are going to thrive in this environment. And again, we started from seeds. See that perfect root structure. You can see it in the sun. And again, we try to create that little trench. We don't want to push too hard where the roots are. We want to just kind of nestle it in there. And again, creating this little trough or moat, as it were. There we go. We got the first of a few. Let's keep going. All right, there's our next little step. We always like to put those little hoops in there to have a place to go and brace themselves as they're growing and getting bigger. All right. Now we're gonna pull out some more of these good fine friends and get them in the ground. JAYSTRAYS. So what we're doing is basically creating little trenches. And this is kind of a different technique I've kind of made my own, because I grow things in bunches. Spreading them out makes sense. But the way that I do it is I grow them all together as one set of seedlings, but then I separate them. So we'll start off with the short top carrots. We're going to park them in the back here. Again, it's got a really great root structure, but this thing's going to just kind of crumble apart. Okay, just kind of crumble apart. And then what I do is I spread the roots. Spread it all across. And then I'm going to cover them up. and straighten them. And more carrots than you will know when this is all over. So you can do it your own way. Some people do little seed cups and they do it individually. Yes, you can do that. But it seems like if you're doing micro or macro kind of gardening, you know what I mean? It's like these carrots are going to do very well. Short tops. I grew them last year here, and they did pretty well. And so, see if we can replicate that success. Spreading them out. There we go. So as I create the trench, I'm already creating a buffer zone with extra dirt and soil. And then, I mean, this is just kind of how I do it. So I'm just covering the roots, nice and easy. So what they will do is perk up, and that's part of this whole situation, is that they will perk up. And so what we're going to do is add a little bit more soil behind them, and then they will all be sitting elongated. All right, so we got all these planted. You can see they're kind of sticking up. That's the short tops. We also have two other sets, the rainbow carrots, the Nantes. So we're going to get those in the ground. We'll show you the finished product there. Well, we believe this is going to be a happy spot. We're right next to the tomatoes. This we're going to put our friend the lemon cucumber. I have a regular cucumber as well that I'm going to be planting, yeah, this is one of the seeds. It was a special order for me online, and I really think anything that's like a cucumber needs a little bit of room to spread its wings. So we're going to put him over here in this corner with the belief that he's going to be complemented by this flank of tomatoes. Let's get this guy in here. He's flanked by tomatoes. And we're still removing bits and pieces of concrete out of this upcycled fountain. And there we go. Now, being out here and being in Nevada, we do have pests, and people sometimes will ask me what I use for pest control. Well, I like things that are completely organic, so I use something called diatomaceous earth for my pest control, and it helps with earwigs and aphids and other things that like to chomp on your produce. Alright, so there you go. We got the lemon cuke in there, flanked by 4 tomatoes. We got our 3 rows of carrots. See, we got quite a few things that still need to be planted. We still have a raspberry, a purple raspberry that we're going to plant. We got some herbs that we're going to plant. But we're getting long in the day here at JAYSTRAYS. We have a full-time job as well. So therefore we get it in where we can. So some of these guys might have to get tomorrow planted, if you know what I mean. But all right, we're gonna probably check back with you when it's more sunny and get the rest of these guys in. Like the Energizer rabbit, we haven't stopped. We just keep going. I'll show you in a minute. I've already planted cantaloupe, watermelon, purple cauliflower, white cauliflower. It gets boring seeing me plant every single thing, so I'm just doing it in batches. So now we're doing some peppers. All right, Anaheim chilies. You should get some nice exposure back here. Yeah, sorry I'm losing daylight, but it seems that I can still see, maybe you can still see in the video. We're trying to get as much of this in the ground as possible. It's time to get in there. It's time to get buried. It's time to get nice big chilies. Nice big chilies. So, I'm a pepper connoisseur. If you watch my previous videos, I planted, last year I had 11 different peppers and chili varieties that I had planted, but that was in the back garden box before I created this. And yeah, there you go. So there's the Anaheim. Keep on rocking in the free world. A little shout out to Neil Young. All right, what's next on our list of friends here? And I've got multiple kinds of soil. I've got the triple mix. I've got existing soil. Now this is the rainbow bell pepper. And so this will be interesting to see what this one's gonna look like. Get purples, get some yellows, get some greens. Some reds. Some purples in there. And I create a hole and I just nestle them in there, guys. I don't try to do too much pushing. What I try to do is create a trough or a moat, as it were. You've heard me use the term. So the water has a catchment area and goes down to the root base. So there's two. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Let's keep on rocking. Who's next on our list here? Some Lisa's species here. Then we're gonna put in our friend the habanero. Yeah. JAYSTRAYS, we like it a little spicy. All right, let's get some more going. Well, our sun is down. I know I told you I was going to stop, but I kept going. So, we have 7 different chilies and peppers. We got Anaheim chili. We've got rainbow bells, habanero, banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, serrano peppers, and also pepperoncinis. And then just to show you what I told you, I planted it without the camera. So we got purple cauliflower, we have white cauliflower, and then I because I have the lemon cucumber and the regular cucumber, I want to keep the melon family, see tomatoes all together, melon family all together. And then so this is cantaloupe and this is watermelon. I try to give them a little bit of space between so they got some room to spread their wings. Kind of running out of space over here. And so that being said, I only have like a small little area left over here. And I got a few other things to plant. One is lettuce. I've got radishes. I've got purple beans. I've got rainbow beets. Let's see here. We got alpine strawberries. I got regular green beans. So I got a few little odds and ends there that need to get planted. But we've run out of daylight over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue this episode 58 to be continued when there's more sunlight. So just another quick perusal of what we got so far, making use of the existing river rock fountain that was here in its former glory. I think it looks pretty good. And then also when I get more time, I can get up on these upper decks, build out some frames, some redwood frames perhaps, and then get some soil up there, drill some holes for some drainage, and then yeah, then those are going to get some great sun. I still got some pruning that needs to be done, but most of the overhang is recessed back, so I do need to do some, but it doesn't impact me getting sun to the bed. So I got sun pretty much all the way until 8 o'clock. So we're gonna pick this up. We got Lily over there already crashing out. She's telling me it's time to cut for the evening. So we'll pick back up. JAYSTRAYS, episode 58, Sunken Bed, Gardening. All right, so this is JAYSTRAYS, episode 58 continued. So what we decided to do is we needed to get a new box going. So I went out and got some of these little garden blocks. They kind of lock together just like that one right there. So this is like 3 feet, like 5 feet. And because I already have a dedicated herb box which is out of control, I've turned this one into a new herb box, i.e. while you see the wheatgrass and the basil, the purple basil, the lavender, there's going to be some other herbs that are planted over there. And so what we're doing is we're building this guy right now. So we've already kind of measured it, we're leveled it, and we're going to put the wood in between, fill this guy in, and then we can plant the last few remaining items that we haven't put in to the bed over yonder, which is the sunken in riverbed, and that are not in the existing planters. So we're going to also get that purple raspberry in. We're going to get another load of dirt in there, get that one planted, and then we'll have pretty much everything planted. This will be the final box that I need to plant the rest of the items that I have, which is not much. I just got like celery and some rainbow beets and some baby lettuces, and so not too much, but we want to make sure that we're getting everything in the ground. So that will encapsulate our 2025 build, and we can do a quick view. See the carrots and the parsnip on the right. We got the peppers, 7 different peppers. We got 4 different tomatoes, 2 different cukes, watermelon, cantaloupe, purple cauliflower, white cauliflower. Very aesthetically pleasing. We'll see how it turns out with all of the sun that it gets. We'll see how this guy's doing. We're going to be watering these shortly. So let's get back at it. Let's get this thing together. We're cutting the boards now. A little update on the box. You got about half of the first level going here. You got the 3, and you got the 5. Very similar as that box. So we try to measure give yourself about 36, 40 inches between boxes, so we have room to walk around. And so we're gonna get some more dirt, keep filling it up, and add some more boards. All right, just another quick update. We got our first level, got it leveled out. All the stones, as you can see, are all level with the pieces of wood, and so therefore the other stones that we'll put on top, and then all we're going to do is add more wood to the, you know, different levels here, and keep building up the base. And so it's going to be mimicking the box next to it. We have a little bit of symmetry here. All right, thanks for joining me, JAYSTRAYS, episode 58. All right, there's another update. The box is fully constructed now. You can see it's pretty deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get some more dirt loads in here, and then we can get our last few remaining items to plant, and we will wrap our video here, guys. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so we have our finished product here. Made it pretty similar to the existing box, except for this wood is brand new. Looks really good, and I'm sure this is going to get plenty of sunlight. I might even add a little bit more soil, but it looks good for the moment. We're going to go ahead and get our seedlings in, and then try to get our purple raspberry in as well, and we'll call that an episode. All right, JAYSTRAYS gardening 2025. All right, let's do a quick run around here. Let's wrap it all up here. So in our sunken riverbed, we have gold grape tomatoes. We have German striped heirloom yellow tomatoes. We have beefsteak tomatoes. We also have red grape, lemon cucumber, regular cucumber, watermelon, cantaloupe. We come down here on a little walkway here, get a little vantage point. Purple cauliflower, white cauliflower, all of our bell peppers and chilies. We get a banana pepper, jalapeno pepper, habanero pepper, serrano pepper. That's a rainbow bell pepper. That is peppercini. That's Anaheim chili. We were able to just plant some celery, so we got celery up front. Right behind, in second place, is the white parsnip. Then we have rainbow carrots. We planted them. We don't know how well they're going to do. The Nanantes carrots are behind. And then the follow-up in the back is the short top, which still seem to be okay. Again, this is an experiment. Haven't grown in this bed. This is a brand new bed. And so that's a sunken bed that we have built. Now let's talk about the raised bed we built. So here's our fledgling. It's a key word, fledgling alpine strawberries. Then we have radishes. We also have rainbow beets. And then we'll bring around to the other side here. We've got Chinese cabbage, which is like romaine, mesclun greens, and then we have our friend purple green bean. I put him in the corner because I might put some lattice here to kind of stabilize him. We were able to also get our wonderful purple raspberry planted. He's got his own box. And let's look at what else we had planted. We got the Spanish lavender. We've got the purple basil, regular basil. We also have wheatgrass. This is a secondary overflow herb box. The herb box is out of control. We've got our strawberries here, doing very well. So you have many strawberries. Look at all these strawberries we're ready to pick. We decided, which this is where tomatoes were growing last year. Tomatoes are over on the other side of the yard now in that sunken bed. This whole thing is now sunflowers. You can see the herb box is out of control. Greek oregano, spearmint, peppermint. We also have French thyme, dill, cilantro, green onions, our blackberries, right? These are thornless Chester blackberries. They're all budding. You can see little blackberries growing. And next door to his friend is the Willamette raspberry. You see all those baby raspberries coming in. And then our friend, the strawberries. Now, if you guys have been following me, you watch me plant the seedlings. I put those stones in, and the strawberries were on the other side of the stones. So as I've been going during the course of the spring into the beginning of summer, right? This is the first week of summer. Now I've gotten them to stretch all the way within a foot of the box. And so it is my ultimate goal to have the entire box filled in with sequoia strawberries. And then we have our friend, the Highland blueberry, which he was a recent transplant. This was the box that we built. And so let's count how many boxes we have now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 raised beds, and the sunken river rock garden bed, along with 2 barrels of strawberries. So I'd say that's pretty good. That's gonna conclude this episode of JAYSTRAYS, episode 58. Thanks for sticking with me. We'll catch you in on an update on our garden as the summer progresses and I start pulling some stuff that I'm going to be cooking in some of my videos. That's one of my things that I like to do is pull. You'll see if you guys go back to some of the videos to see I pulled some of my purple green beans from last year and we're able to cook with them, and they're, you know, purple green beans are coming in nicely. So thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All right, see you guys in the next one. Take care.